Welcome to the Toke&Trans. What do I say? Welcome to the Toke&Trans podcast, where we talk life, love, and getting high. Grab a J and join us. We do not condone the consumption of illicit activities with anyone under the age of 21.
What is going on, everybody? It's your boy, Aaron and Bo, and we actually have a surprise guest today with us today, Jamie Blum at Jamie, aka James. How the heck are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm a little tired. I'm a little high. How about you? How are you?
I'm doing good. I have that baby, so I'm staying busy and stuff. We did pregame, so we've had a little marijuana beforehand. Bo, how are you feeling today?
Stony baloney.
God, can it get better than that? Can it get? It's literally 4:20 right now as we're recording this, so that's kind of fun.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like when we hit record, it was literally 4:20. We didn't plan that, so that's pretty dope. Jamie, I want to get to know you, man. I want the people to get to know you because me and Bo met Jamie at a trans tape event. I think that's how you met him too, Bo, right?
Yep, I met him the first time I met him.
Tell us.
The first time I met him, it was that night. I had just arrived. He was on a porch, and I said,
Is this at Find Your Freedom? James?
I said,
Is this at Freedom?
And then he left, and that was it.
And then we didn't meet for like how much longer after that? It was like a couple months, and then we actually got to like really hang out, right?
Yeah, I was at the...
Was that Levitate? I mean, Levitate. I feel
Levitate!
Like, yeah,
Yes,
right?
dude!
Yes. So you met at Find Your Freedom, and then we hung out at Levitate, and y'all hung out at Levitate and actually got to know each other. I feel like that also happened to me.
That was tight.
We met at like the photo shoot the first time, right, Aaron? I think it was like
You're right. You just unlocked a memory. The Maryland shoot.
Yes, Maryland.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
You guys left the day before I got there, so I didn't get to meet either of you.
Yes, we just barely missed each other, and that was like the beginning of like us all getting to know each other. Jamie, of course, busting in all three of these events with this luscious beard, and I was just thinking, I have got to know more about this dude and his beard and talk to him because I want my beard to look like that. So we just thought it would be perfect to bring you on, talk to you about your beard, talk to you about how we can get our beards to look like that. When did your beard first start coming in? Tell us about a little bit about your gender journey and how you got into your beard.
Okay, well, first, thank you so much for inviting me. I am so happy to be here. I'm a big time listener of your show, so honored. Love you guys, so super happy to hang out with you. So with my beard, that is something I have wanted so long. I could tell you when I was a little kid, before I knew I was trans and, started my journey and everything. I just love beards. I just think it's just like so cool. And so to have this like is awesome. But it actually started when I started getting like stubble and stuff like that. And this isn't something I've actually like talked about with a lot of people. So unlocking a story here.
I love the safe space.
Definitely a safe space for you guys. So when I started getting stubble, I used to shave and not want to like show that I was, getting a beard and everything because in my household and where I live, it's just not necessarily the most wonderful thing in the world being trans. So, wasn't exactly the most exciting news for them. So it kind of always made me like uncomfortable to like show the signs of it, even though they were aware because like I am who I am. I told them who I am. So that's just me. So unapologetically myself, gonna do what I'm gonna do, like it or not. But that didn't really stop me from being like self-conscious about it because you see my face like that right
The button.
and so there was one day, and it was when I had just got my current job originally, and I was getting my hair cut, kind of look professional and everything. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and the I just remember this moment of the barber being like, "Do you want me to like line up the beard?" And it was like, and I never thought that like it didn't like show enough.
Mm.
And that kind of like marked like a moment where I was like, I'm growing my beard out and I don't care.
Let's
Fuck
go.
yes, dude.
Yes.
So that was kind of like a moment that actually marked like a big point in my gender journey as well, because I had been like really self-conscious up to this point because I felt like I wasn't presenting masculine enough, which like isn't a thing. You don't
Yeah.
have to present
But you
any
get in your
type of
head. Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
So me personally, I felt like I wasn't presenting how I wanted to present. But at that point I was like, well, I'm going to start doing that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So then I started growing it, and then I started looking a lot more into how to grow my beard, see if there are any things to like start, to like kickstart it, which there's like derma rollers. You can get like the little derma rollers that help kind of open up the follicles and let your hair like come in and open it up. So
Yeah.
you could do stuff like that, like jojoba oil, all that fun stuff, which is in the trans tape removal oil. Just throwing that out there.
For
Dope.
real,
Um,
no,
Dope.
that's I still have my bottles that I use on my beard and my
that,
Yes.
ears.
that is like one of the best things you can do for your hair and skin.
Yeah.
So
Use the
Yeah.
oil. Yeah. What were you gonna
absolutely.
say, Bo?
I was gonna ask Jamie, when you said you saw when you first started seeing stubble and you were like removing it, um, were you on testosterone at that time? And if you were, like how long were you on T when you started getting stubble?
Yes, I was on testosterone at that point. If I had to, I think I was probably on testosterone for 2 years, year and a half, right around that area at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Um, and that's when I like really started like to come in. I had to do it more frequently. And it was also
Right.
getting to the point where I was letting it go for longer days, and I was just kind of like, you know, getting
Huh.
tired of removing it, and
Yeah.
stuff like that. But
It can be a lot of work. Yeah.
yeah, but it took a while for me to like really start seeing the change and like start actually seeing stubble come in. Like it wasn't something that happened right away.
Oh
Like
yeah.
I wasn't sprouting a beard like from the
Yeah.
first injection. Um, so it takes it takes a while. It takes patience. That is like the
Yeah.
Hmm.
biggest thing. It's just being patient and
You
you know,
wanted you wanted to get rid of it, and it's funny because I remember thinking like one of my biggest fears when starting my hormone therapy was I didn't want a beard. Like I thought
Yeah.
I never wanted to be seen as like a lady with a beard, and I wasn't
Mhm.
passing enough to where I like I wasn't like I just wasn't passing. I wasn't comfortable, and I remember thinking I'm gonna shave it off all the time. I even told Kayla, I said, I'm down for most of the side effects. I think most of them I'm gonna be really happy with, but that one, no way. I'm gonna be shaving my face every day. Now that's where I don't think it's gonna be happening. I think I saw it barely coming in. I think it was like a month in, and it was like 2 hairs, and I was like, I'm going to get a beard thing. Went and got a beard, the buzzer, shaved it off, just that little bit, and I was like, oh, I hate it.
Yeah.
I hate
So
it. Where did it go? Oh my god! And I've never did it since. I have not done it to myself since, except for like
listen.
on accident underneath. But
hmm,
but yeah, no. That's funny because I remember resonating with like shave it. I wanted to. I have
oh,
thought I was gonna want to just keep shaving it too.
Yeah. It took about 2 years for mine to come in, to start really doing anything too.
Yeah.
Except I have a beauty mark right here,
Hmm.
which pre-T kind of grew hairs,
Yeah.
and that it just kind of like went hog wild at first. So
Yeah.
I had to keep shaving this guy because it's like fucking 20 hairs coming out of this mole on my face. And I had to keep shaving that.
Like
Until
kick-started the area though.
yeah, well, I don't know about that because this is also my bad side. This
Whoa.
side, I just want to say that
Bro.
this thickness right here is a very
Yeah.
recent development,
Yes,
nice.
my
and
dude.
it feels like it happened overnight or something because I looked in the mirror and I was like, what the fuck?
Where did you come from?
That's a whole ass, like, I could mutton chop this shit and they'd be like, wow, you must have a whole beard if it wasn't for the way that you shaved it.
You're like, Tim, when did this appear and why didn't you say anything?
But this side's not really.
It's
Whatever. I've been on
It's
T for
doing.
5 years, and I'm gonna give it like 2 more years.
if you go back to our earlier episodes in the videos and you go on our YouTube channel to see the actual videos, you can see night and day BEAU's actual beard progress over the last like 2 years that we've been doing this. The first year we weren't as like regular, but you could definitely see your progress, dude, over the time, and it's been fun to see.
It's definitely coming in. I love it.
Yes, dude. And you do the derma roller like he had mentioned, right? You had done those before. And tell me more about how you use those. Like if someone were to want to start derma rolling, tell me about that.
I didn't use them anywhere consistently enough for me to say like whether or not they worked.
Right.
I don't even know if I did it right.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm like, ask the beard man.
Yeah, I did it slow and kind of like hard.
Mm-hmm.
And then I would like,
Jamie, what did you do?
And then I would put like oil on top of it and go.
Oh my gosh!
I mean, that's pretty much
that right?
right? I mean, you're pretty much using it right. Yeah, that's what you got to do, you know, because you got to give it enough pressure, and you want to do it in like the places like that. I mean, especially if you're just starting, just do anywhere that you want it to like grow in, where you start to see growth and like in that like line. Mm-hmm. So, and you want to give it enough pressure that you don't want it to hurt. If it hurts, it shouldn't hurt.
Yeah,
so it shouldn't
that's
hurt.
good. Bo was like, I made it hurt. I was like, you're coming in and I'm gonna do it.
Beauty is pain.
Better hurt to feel good.
You want to?
If I could wax my eyebrows when I was a girl, I can do this.
You're fine. No,
just grow it with spite. That.
Grow with spite for sure.
And brushing, of course.
So how long have you been on T now, Jamie?
Ooh. I think going on about 7 years. I think
7 year. Fuck.
So
when would you say that you saw like for me? Okay, so like my ideal when I'm thinking of like when my beard is successful, I will not be able to see any skin underneath. Like that's what I want. And so like when would you say that your beard, even if it wasn't like that long, when would you say that it was like that thick that you couldn't really see any skin?
I feel like at every stage I'm able to see my skin through my beard. Like so I feel like that's something that people should like think about too, like if you're thinking about that beard, because like I can still see like skin like when I like look in the mirror and stuff like that. So yeah. I feel like, I mean, it depends how like the light hits it, and you'll see it kind of in different angles. You'll see it like lighter than others. So I feel like definitely like don't sell yourself short, because like I mean you may see, like look at my beard and be like, he doesn't see any skin underneath. Yeah. But like you definitely do, and like I definitely see it. But I think it started getting thicker probably 5 years, 4 years on T. So I feel like 2021, 22 is like when I really started like it coming in thick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What about Aaron? I would say that your beard does that too, or like around your chin and jaw, you can't really see skin.
Around down here,
yeah.
I think way at the very bottom. I think way at the very, very bottom, it's definitely darker. But I think in person you can see it. You can see it more. Also, like I felt like my beard came in around my like underneath my jawline the most at first, and like I had a little bit of like darker hairs on my upper lip that I just didn't care about. Like my nana and my mom and my great grandma, like they all waxed their lip and had to. So I kind of had a little bit of darkness. And But
Yeah.
besides that, it mainly came under my chin for a long time, and probably for the first 3.5 years on T, my beard was very patchy. It was underneath a lot, and then it started to try and fill in on the cheek line, and I still can't get it like up very high on my cheeks, but I'm happy with it. I think I'm happy with what I got, but like I agree, you definitely can see through the skin, even from mine all the way down. That's like my jawline, and you can see the jaw. You can see the skin through there too. So I think it's definitely
Well,
there's just something to think about.
thanks, y'all.
You got this, bro. Like, dude, you look great.
Okay, well, you know what? Unattainable beauty ideals are a thing.
That's true. That's true. Comparison is
Now I know. This was like when I learned that my ideal, but you know those bodybuilders that have the really round bellies, but you can see their
yes.
abs. That's like I'm like, why not me? Why not me? Why not me? I just want to be round belly but abs. And then I forget who told me, but it was somebody, and they're like, that's like from steroids. And I'm like,
They're like,
fuck!
you're like, what do you mean?
Like that's literally not natural. You can't do that. And I'm like, fuck!
Yeah.
Damn. Whatever.
Whatever then. So Jamie, what do you do? Like, so what like, so talk to me about the oil and like what the purpose of the oil does for the face. Because I have never been consistent with my oil at all. Like my beard, the most it gets is like a little bit of face lotion after the shower. That's about all it gets.
Well, I go a little extra sometimes. I have beard shampoo and beard conditioner. I like to like spoil my beard a little bit.
Separate from the hair, of course.
Yeah, separate from the hair, of course. But I do use it on my hair because sometimes, what's the bother?
But it's marketed as
Is good for candy.
beard.
Yes. Because like more beard oriented products are typically more oil based versus like water based because it's a different type of hair.
I see.
So I mean you can use it on like the hair on your head. It's not
Mhm.
bad for it, but typically in other body and like hair products, it's like water based, which can like dry it out, especially for like this type of like coarser hair.
Right.
So it's
That makes sense. That makes sense.
so a lot of times you'll find jojoba oil in it. And that is my favorite thing. I love jojoba oil. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
and
Yeah,
then
no, it
I
makes sense.
also use like beard butter. I make my own beard butter, but I also use other beard butter for different scents and stuff because it's fun.
Yeah. That's
So I brush it every day. I'm a little extra, but it's beneficial because it helps keep you hydrated. It protects it against like the sun and everything. And it just makes it softer.
I was
It
about to
just
say, yeah. That's
really,
probably the main thing too.
growth
That
and
makes it.
everything. And it's just really good for your skin, just like keeping it hydrated. So
Yeah. Yeah,
it's
for sure.
good. It's
What
good
does
to
you,
use on your skin.
what's your routine look like? Like when you're like, okay, like when you hop in the shower, like, or when you like, so when you take care of your beard, what does that like your routine look like?
So let's say I'm doing this like spa day. I have a beard mask that I use sometimes. And it's like sea mineral and it's nice and tingly and it smells so good. And I let that soak on my beard for like 5 minutes. It's like a little like clay mask kind of thing.
Yeah.
So then when I hop in the shower, a nice warm shower, because I will not take a cold shower.
Yeah.
I will not take a cold shower.
No.
Jimmy
So
is vehemently against cold water.
Cold therapy is not his friend.
yes, that's no.
No.
I refuse.
He'll die before he takes
So
another ice bath.
nice warm shower. I rinse that out. And then I use a little beard shampoo, a little beard conditioner,
Mm-hmm.
and then I hop out of the shower, and then I add a little bit of jojoba oil, and I brush that out because you want to make sure you brush it in, and you kind of like because that way it gets into like your skin. It gets like in all the underneath parts and your chin and everything. You want to like, you never like you kind of want to brush again, not against the grain, but like along your jawline instead of like
Mhm.
down on your jawline. You kind of want to
Okay,
like
yeah.
go like follow it.
Mhm.
Is that like if you can brush it down, but sometimes I'll create kind of like a I don't know how to explain it. It'll like stick to your jaw and it creates like I don't know. It's like a crease. So like if you go
Okay.
like with your jawline, like comes to like a point and it makes it like look more full.
Oh
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
And it helps like stimulate the growth in that direction as well. The way you brush it.
Nice, dude.
And then with you can use beard butters, beard balms, beard waxes. If you want to like more of like a hold, you
Mhm.
use waxes and balms that creates more of like a hair gel effect, but like
That's what
again it has
I
For
more
need.
wispies, is that like for the wisps?
yeah, so you can like keep
That's
it
what I
more
need.
yeah more organized and stuff like that.
I've been putting. Okay, please don't drag me.
All right, we'll try. No, I'm just kidding. Safe space.
I don't. I thought I had it right here, but I've been putting got to be glued.
What is? Oh,
The hair glue, you know, the orange, the
oh,
yellow bottle got to
the,
be
the
glued.
gel.
You gotta be
Yeah,
using beard balm and beard wax.
I didn't know
Oh,
such a thing existed.
Oh my gosh. So is that what? Okay,
oh,
the balm and wax, is that for wisps as well?
I
yes.
thought balm was for like skincare. I didn't know it was
Well,
like
you
hair
can use the
product.
oil and the butter is more of like softer. So like, and you
Okay,
can use those in like together. I mean, you can use oil with any of them, but the butter is more of like the nourishment, and then the balm has a little bit more hold. Like if you're just like
okay,
going through the day, protection against the sun, stuff like that. And then the wax is really what's gonna like hold it, like almost like a hair gel kind of effect, but like meant for your beard. So it has like all the nutrients and like all the oils and everything like that. So.
bro.
My mind is blown.
See, this is what it's like to grow up fatherless.
This is what it's like to grow up assigned like female at birth. Like
Oh my god.
you don't learn these things. Jamie, how do you must have just done that deep diving. I mean, you make
I,
yeah. Tell us about these products that you make. Like, how do you make it? How can they find it? What's in it? Tell me about that.
So I make my own. I call it Buckaroo's Beard Care. I have like a little Etsy shop, Bearded Buckaroo. I also sell it on my blog, which is spillingtea.com.
Ooh.
So you can find it there in the shop. You can, or I think it will be cheaper there. You don't have to pay the Etsy fees and all that annoying stuff.
Nice.
Um, so how I make it, and the reason it's called Buckaroos is because my dad used to call me Buckaroo when I was a little kid. So it
Uh,
just like, makes me think of my dad. So that's why I went with Buckaroos first.
yes. What a
So
neutral name too. As a kid, that's awesome.
yeah, right. Is I always like think I always associate that. So
Yeah.
went with that, and I make it is with as little ingredients as possible because sometimes if you go for the raw brands, they don't necessarily have the best quality ingredients. They
Right.
don't like fully disintegrate in your hands. Like it's not like your ingredients list is like 20 items long.
Yeah.
So I think it's typically 6 ingredients or less.
Nice.
If you go for the butter that I sell, because I sell the whipped butter, and the whipped butter is just a different texture. It's a little bit lighter. It's almost a creamier
Oh,
texture.
I didn't know
That
you got the
sounds
whipped.
amazing.
I
I
got
didn't
the
know about the
whipped.
whipped either.
Got the whipped.
He's got that
Uh,
whip.
I'm trying to get whipped, my guy.
Oh my god, yes. Oh my gosh.
Ooh.
All of this is going to be linked below in the description too, so you guys can easily access it because I'm like, my brain is just blown by this vocab. I feel like I just didn't know. I'm like, I'm over here thinking balm is just for lips and like, I'm like so
oh no
confused.
I
no.
I can't believe I have been suffering this long with freaking puffy cheeks.
What kind of scent do you have, Jamie?
My I feel I have main ones like tobacco vanilla. I do
Oh fuck.
unscented. I do like a lavender one.
Mm.
Um,
Oh my
And are all of those available in the whip?
They are.
Oh
I am
fuck!
also, I believe, if you order from my blog, or actually, I think my blog and my Etsy maybe. I have a custom option, so if there's like a certain scent that you're looking for, you can reach out, you can request it,
Yeah.
and I can talk to you and see if I can get that for you.
So you're
Because
saying
I'm always happy to try something new. And I
Right.
also have a scent. I haven't put it up yet. Been a little busy, but I have like a bug spray, but it's like an all natural bug repellent. So
oh my
when the spring coming back up and the bugs are going to be waking back up,
Yeah. Hell
Buckaroo
yeah.
bomb.
so
How cool.
you mean to say that I can request a custom whipped beard balm that smells like cotton candy?
Yes, you absolutely can.
Fuck, dude.
I'm so happy we did this episode. My mind is blown by so many things already. I'm just so happy. I'm glad I'm like learning this vocab too, because I feel like I'm too. Like now I'm really starting to now I'll know more when I do my research, like, wait a second. It's got a little more hold in it. I'm like, hey Jamie, hook me up.
That's
There's
it. So
3 different products I need. I need
Oh
a
my God.
balm, a butter, and a wax. I thought they were all the same thing.
Here we are. This is why we're learning from the best. And
for
I
the
also want to make sure, like, I feel like there's a big misconception with beards that they are like super, like, masculine, but like also people who like present feminine can also have beards and
anybody
things.
can have a beard.
Anyone at all. And I just wanted to, because we're all pretty mask here right now, but I just wanted to throw that in there that anyone can have a beard. Anyone can look sexy as hell in a beard.
Absolutely.
Tell him, Bo. I saw that.
When I turn my hat around, I get real femme.
No, I just, man, I just think,
I was trying to figure out a way to get more femme when you said that we're pretty mask right now, but
you're like, not off the top.
they look pretty mask right now.
No, dude, no. I am, no, that makes me happy. So if I want to just, sorry, real quick. So if I want to help with the wisps, I should go more for the wax or the over the balm or balm over the oil, right?
For the wisp, I mean, I would use oil and a wax. I feel like you should always use the oil and always put your oil on before you put the wax, because if you put the wax on before the oil, the oil is not actually going to get into your skin. So you always want to apply your oil before you apply any of the other beard products, because you want that to absorb, and then you want the balms or the wax or the butter to kind of trap that in. So
Okay.
it helps you stay moisturized and hydrated and all those good things.
Hell yes.
So I would go for the wax, but also use some oil.
Nice.
Hell
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, I got
Jamie, I'm gonna hit you with a hard one here.
Okay.
you. He's ready. He is ready.
How would you say that your beard has affected the way that people interact with you societally?
Ooh, that's a good question. Um, well, I feel like since having a beard, I am definitely treated, I would have to say, like, better in a sense, where it's like I feel people, as much as I don't believe that this should be a thing, just throwing that out there. I feel like people, especially more masculine or like I'd say men in 55 to 65 age range, you catch it, will typically interact with me a lot more positively. Um,
Mm.
and by having like a more masculine presentation, people definitely have like this weird sense of like, I don't know, it gives you like this privilege, I guess, would honestly be
Yeah.
the word for that.
Mm.
As much as that shouldn't be a thing,
Like
it definitely.
a newer awareness of that like male privilege.
Yes. I feel like the biggest example would be like because I've worked in customer service for so long. And I worked out in customer service and management, both more feminine presenting as well as masculine presenting. The way people respect now, like if I go up, my like a female coworker will tell a customer no, and then the customer won't accept that, I'll walk up and say the same exact thing, and the customer's like, "Oh, okay, like thank you, sir."
What the
Right.
fuck?
So it's like I feel like that has definitely been, I'm like you said, like it's been more aware of that happening.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I could see that.
Do you think that you would still receive that treatment if you shaved your beard off
And
and
that's the
still
only thing you change.
presented and sounded exactly the same way that you do?
Um, if I shaved it clean off, honestly, to be real, I feel like there would be a shift. Um, because I'm also like a smaller frame person too.
Mhm.
So I feel like taking away another like masculine associated like quality, I feel like that would kind of affect how people talk to me. Of course, not like the people close to me, you know,
Yeah.
Right.
obviously, but the general like public, I feel like, to be honest, I feel like the way you do get treated is kind of based on how masculine you present, and
Mhm.
that's kind of
Yeah.
messed up.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah, I think you're right. And I think I feel like there's some weird combination of like traits that it's like, a video game, we have 5 slots, and
Yes, I was
like
just
if you
thinking
don't have
video game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, if you don't have like one of the, and there's like 12 to choose from, but you have to have five. And if you're missing one at any time, then you're not a man or something. And like Jamie, because you're a short king, if you don't have your beard, you don't have all 5 slots or something.
right.
But because I'm
I
five
resonate with
eight,
Yeah.
I could have less of a beard because I'm an average size person. And some might say even maybe a little tall. Um,
yeah.
so I
No,
feel
yeah.
like I could have things like maybe a higher voice or something because I also have a beard.
Yeah.
Where like
Yeah.
if I didn't have a beard, I couldn't have a higher voice.
Right. Like you're not
You
hitting the
know,
right
I agree with
combo.
that.
right? It feels
Yeah.
so freaking weird.
It's atrocious that we have to like think about these things. And it just that's just tough that it's all associated in such a weird way.
Yeah, I also just
Yeah.
want to also throw into the like what are the muscles? It's like no offense, Jamie.
Oh,
I
Jamie's
feel
just
like
like
you're about to offend.
Jamie's I know it probably sounds like a direct attack to you, but I swear to God it's not. It's just that I feel like there's this sentiment, and I think that you'll agree with me that around like the FTM space, there's this like fitness stuff. And I mean, not to say that it's bad, but I feel like um out of anybody, like men especially, trans men even more so, because of the desire to be perceived this way, and also desire to be like absorbed into the male culture, that there's this whole like gym bro culture, and like gains and all this stuff, and like
relating. We're relating. We're relating.
yeah,
Mm.
I
Yeah.
feel like it's teetering on the ED end of things, I feel like sometimes.
I'm
And
stupid. What does that mean?
eating disorder.
Okay, got you. Sorry.
I feel like it goes that way because I mean, like where there is gender dysphoria, there's also when I took psych, Jamie, college boy right there. When I took psych, um, I learned about the dysphoria that men experience when like they think they're too small,
Yeah.
and like that kind of body dysmorphia.
Mhm.
And I feel like that sucks because like you're allowed to be whatever shape and have whatever hair and do whatever with it, and be you should be able to be perceived. But we
Respect.
live in a society
Yeah. Yeah.
and we got to break down these walls.
Man, we're doing some work.
No, I definitely do like agree with you. And also again, like you said, like you can be FTM and you don't have to go to the gym. You don't have to have that whole like fitness, because like I do agree. I feel like you see that a lot. I mean, it could be biased because I mean that's the kind of stuff I follow. But so I mean that could be like biased,
That's
but I do
true.
feel like it is a very common thing that I've come across, and I have seen people ask like, why does it seem like all these like FTMs, like why are they all in the gym?
Yeah.
But I do agree where it probably does have to do with that, like trying to relate to like what we perceive as like us, like I don't know, an ideal like version of like a man or
Yeah.
whatever that case is. It's not always conscious. Like it's a lot of times like I feel a subconscious thing, because we're like, if we're not that, then like we're just
Yeah.
Right.
not it. Like if we're not exactly that, like you said, like if you don't have the right combo, like if you don't
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
enough slots, like you were saying.
Right. Exactly.
Mhm.
And I also I feel like another thing that puts pressure on that is when I see women, like gym women, who are like shredded,
Yeah,
Yeah.
like jacked to the nines and tens, dude.
Yeah.
absolutely.
And like, deadlifting two me's on a bar. and they're fucking shredded and they're posing like JoJo's Bizarre Adventures. You will find nothing in the comments but women going "Yas Queen" and men going "That's a man." And it's like,
Yeah.
she's only got one thing in the slots, dude.
Yeah. And it's like, I feel like
It's
there's a lot of
only
like,
the muscles, like.
yeah, and I feel like there's some people that are like working, like they'll be in the gym working. Like I remember being in the gym a lot, trying to get my body pre-T to where I wanted it to be, like partially like 50% because I wanted to be more comfortable in my body, and 50% because I wanted other people to respect my pronouns.
Mm.
And so
Yes.
it was like kind of half and half. And now I find myself, and like now before I got my chest, before I got top surgery this year, I was just like, I'm happy with whatever. Like I got a belly, I got like I got my chest. I'm not worried about it. And now that I've had top surgery, I feel like I have like more pressure to like go work out and like get because I'm like, now my chest is done and my stomach is big, and now my stomach is sticking out more than my chest did before, and I'm like, why? I don't want, like, I'm like, it's my summertime, I shouldn't have to be worrying about my belly after I got like the biggest shit off my chest.
Right.
Hallelujah. Aaron,
So-
you spoke to my spirit.
So I mean, I definitely think pre-T you could be, trying to do work through some things, and post-T or top surgery you could also be working through the same kind of body image thing when you thought it would just be finished.
Yeah, Europe. I also just want to be intelligent for a moment. As fleeting as they may be. First of all, yes, because I had big old double D's. And when I wore a shirt, even when I was binding, I still had some titty. And it was like, when I wore a shirt, it was kind of like, and when I looked down, it was pretty much like straight down, even though when I had a big belly. I still have the same belly I did. But now it's like, my chest is back here and my belly is all the way out here, and I'm like, no.
Like, can we see it? Like, it's twice as, like, it grew twice as much because our
I
vision
know
is
it
now
feels like it
blurred.
got, yeah, it's terrible. I
It could
can't
be.
stand it. Anyway, we're working on it. My treadmill will be here Sunday.
The point is, no matter where you are in your gender journey, there is definitely going to be some,
Yes.
some.
I wanted to bring this up because I recently saw Dr. Blair Peters, gender affirming surgeon. They're queer and they like educate people a lot, and they wrote like breakthrough papers on the clitoris, and like they're just a great source of education. Anyway, they posted recently a very great point against like the anti-trans bills going around recently, like wanting to keep trans care out of care.
Mhm.
They had said, and I'm paraphrasing here because it was a video of them talking and I don't know exactly what they said, but they had said there's two different kinds of dysphoria. There's internal and external. And there was a different word for it, a more sciencey word.
Right.
But basically the same thing, internal and external dysphoria, where the external dysphoria is how people are perceiving you and interacting with you in the world. And then the internal is like how you're feeling in your own body.
Yeah.
And if you want to prevent, if you want to prevent the people who wouldn't get surgery in a vacuum from getting surgery, if that's your goal, is to stop people from mutilating their bodies, I'm using air quotes, then you should interact with them the way that they want to be interacted with and the way they want to be perceived as, because if you're relieving their external dysphoria, the chances of them getting top surgery just to make sure that you're calling them he goes down.
Statistically. Right.
Right. So it's like, it's in your favor if you want to like reduce the amount of people mutilating their body to just call them the right pronouns. And also like there's that whole in psych, shout out to Jamie. I learned about diathesis, which is the combination of nature and nurture, and I feel like that can also be applied to the internal and external dysphoria that we might experience. Sure. And like how we'll never know the like how much of it was nature and how much of it was nurture. Like, why did Ted Bundy become a serial killer? Was he born to be that way, or was it like right? So it's like how do I know how much of the reason why I cut my tits off was because of external or internal dysphoria? I don't really know. Right. But
the beard has a lot to do with it.
The beard has a lot to do with it.
Yeah, I agree. It sounded like a little safe. What?
Thank you for reeling me back in.
What you did? That's what I was just thinking, is like that has a lot to do with the way that external, like the way that you're presenting and people that presenting.
Dude, yes, I like how I perceive myself. If I were to just like be able to be like put on whatever skin that I wanted, I would be like a hairless twink, you know? But I want to be he himmed, and the way that I sound, my voice, and the way that I dress and enjoy life is like not very he him of me. So I need, you know, if I got rid of the beard, I'd be short a slot.
Yeah, which you shouldn't have to, but like you are totally valid with or without it. And you should be able to be respected without it.
Yeah.
But,
yeah.
I should. Yeah, I should. Yeah, that'd be nice. Well, yeah, it's important to make sure we have the good people around us too. Just have people that support us and respect our wishes.
And Jamie is a hell of a guy.
Jamie,
I try.
Literally is the man.
You try and you succeed, my friend.
You're getting it absolutely done. I am just super thankful that you were even able to come and talk to us about your beard and your experiences. And I'm just super happy to have had you on the podcast, dude. Do you have any last thoughts for someone who is like longing for a beard like yours and like listening and gonna do all the things that you said?
Well, patience. You really gotta be nice to yourself. You gotta, when you look in the mirror and you're like beating yourself up, because believe me, been there, done that, do that all the time, if I'm being so honest with you. Like you gotta be that best friend that you are to your best friend. Like you have to just be nice to yourself, and you have to, you know, positive affirmations. And like everyone makes fun of you when you talk about doing positive affirmations, but you know what?
Like Bo even just like rolled his eyes bright when you said like when the first thing you said was like patience. Bo was like, oh, this guy. What he's gonna say? He's gonna say patience. I saw that, bro. But It's
And,
because
like,
it sucks because it's like the least fun.
no. And I am not a patient person. I am not. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I have so little patience. But
Yeah.
it's like it's
Okay.
something you gotta like practice, you know? You gotta be
This
nice to
guy,
yourself.
this guy's fucking working, fucking going back to college, fucking looking like that, and he fucking gyms almost every single goddamn day
He's
for
got a
2 years
beard.
straight, and he's got fucking abs now, dude.
Got the
They're,
beard
they're coming, they're
business.
coming. We're getting there.
He be writing all the trans tape blogs.
The Trans Tape blogs,
He is just doing work, man. Jamie is a good
Beard
guy.
Butter Man.
Make sure you follow him, Jamie at Jamie, aka James, and I'll link his stuff below too, so you can make sure to follow him. Check out that beard butter because you know I'm finna go straight to that whip stuff after this.
I'm getting some whip con. I
go
can't
get
do
that
shit.
shit
I have to get it again right now.
Because I do nothing with this beard, and it's pretty rough. I need to get it softer. So I'm gonna try and make sure I incorporate some of your routine in my routine as well.
And if
So-
you're like, just do a couple times a week, start off like 2-3 times a week, brush
Just
your
throw
beard
it
a
in
little
there.
bit. Yeah, just talk to your beard, tell it nice things, tell
Yes.
you how proud of it you are,
Yes.
Gotta be nice. Be nice.
See, Bo,
You're not trying hard enough.
he's not listening.
Get in the game.
He's not.
Get in the fucking game.
Oh my God, Bo, help! That is not positive. I don't think that's gonna help. I love you
Until
guys.
next time, we'll see
I
you
love you guys.
in the next one.
Peace out.
Peace out.